So, today I want to talk about music careers and what are some of the ingredients of a successful singing career. So, it's a combination of artistry, strategy, resilience, um, and last of all, business awareness to be really aware of business building. It's a business. So, first, when we talk about technique, we have to have a solid vocal technique foundation, and you have to spend a lot of time, at least 4 to 5 years of at least working on your technique and building your technique. For opera, you have to be able to have technique in order to carry over an orchestra, and the same thing with oratorio. When you're working with symphonic works or you're working with an orchestra, you have to be able to carry over that orchestra, and so it takes a lot vocally. You have to train the body, and the voice has to be trained accordingly to withstand that kind of stress, and also survive multiple rehearsals, especially with opera, travel, and also, basically, when you're traveling, you get tired, so you got to take care of your health as well. Secondly, is to really be aware of your kind of voice or your fach and be patient with it and choose your repertoire accordingly. Do not pick repertoire which is not in your fach at that particular time of your development. Um, staying with appropriate repertoire. Okay, and then once you feel like your voice is developed enough and you're able to handle bigger roles, you can handle bigger roles, but staying within your fach again. Avoid singing Verdi and Puccini too early. I always tell singers to start working on Mozart. That's what I did. It is a great foundational composer. That's a great foundational composer, and very. It's not easy to sing Mozart. It is difficult to sing Mozart, but if you can sing Mozart, you can sing other stuff. Believe you me, I've done it. So you often see people say, "Oh, does this role fit my voice today? Will this role help or harm me in 5 years?" Well, you're the best judge of that because you are able to tell whether your voice is able to handle that. Okay. Number three is working on your acting and stage, being intelligent on stage, making sure that you know what modern time audiences are expecting. They expect you to be emotional, truthfully emotional on stage, um, aware of your physical awareness, making sure that your movements on stage are natural and not, just artificial. You're doing movements for no reason. Um, Making sure that you interpret the text absolutely truthfully. And some of the great singers and musicians, actors, storytellers, and collaborators really do this very well. So I would, really do some research and look those up. Number four is being professional and reliable. Are you on time for rehearsals? Are you on time for a performance? Do you know your music beforehand, before you come to a rehearsal? Are you prepared not just musically but dramatically? Are you kind to your colleagues? Not just in the rehearsal room but also in performance? Are you able to take direction without your ego getting in the middle of it? So think about all these things because reputation really spreads fast. And if you do any of these things, then a word gets around and you won't get hired. Okay. Number five is being mentally resilient. We as artists in auditions have to be, we have to have really thick skin. I would say a hippopotamus skin in order to be in the arts. You've got to take rejections, and you've got to take them gracefully, but learn from them and proceed forward, not move backward on it. Okay. Sometimes there are canceled contracts. Be aware of that. Um, Fluctuations in your voice. Sometimes go through vocal changes. Sometimes, Sometimes there are financial instabilities because it is that kind of a career. Sometimes you have work, sometimes you don't. Don't compare yourself with your peers, because you are you and they are them. So I would, that is what I would say about that. You've got to think long term. You've got to make sure that you're physically and mentally and emotionally fit and healthy. Learn how to manage anxiety, especially with this kind of a really high stress kind of a job. It's not an easy one. Number 6 is to be aware of business. So, business awareness is making sure that you have people who look through your contracts, understand your contracts, make sure that you have a proper professional website, always create high quality recordings, and do your auditions strategically when you're traveling. Okay, don't kind of set them up all over the place and then you're running around everywhere. Learn to be able to manage your finances, and know exactly when you should be going under artist management. In my opinion, I have been under 2 artist managers, not with very much luck. One, did not work much for me, and the other one took a retainer and hardly gave me any work. So it is one of those things you got to really think before you actually get a manager or an agent. Okay. Community and mentorship is very, very important. And it is very important for you to have the right coach, as an opera coach or a concert coach, and the right teacher. You have to have those two in your back pocket and make sure that they work for you and you are able to work with them, and get the most out of out of their help. Be humble and learn. Always learn. You're always learning. That's my biggest tip to you, is to make sure that you're always learning. So, what makes a career really sustainable is, it's not one competition win or a viral video that goes viral that's going to make you a big star, or it's one, kind of big debut that you're making, but it's that long haul of 15, 25, 30 years of steady growth, of training, performances, relationship building, all that kind of stuff. And it's also about maintaining your voice healthy, building strong relationships, singing good repertoire. And in as far as your voice goes, that means making the right repertoire choices and being emotionally mature. So this is some of the things that I talk about. And then for young singers, 5 pillars for a singing career. Number 1 is technique, then is repertoire, then is your artistry, your professionalism, and resilience. And you must often not think, I would say, that your talent is the end of it. No, your talent is only 10%. 90% is hard work and networking and money and all of that. And so I hope this helps. I hope I didn't frighten you, but this is a fact. It is the truth. This is what it is. Good luck.